Oh my God. I'm just remembering too, bro. Well, I don't know how much you know about it, but bro, the Cold War era, that shit was crazy. Through so after World War II, through espionage, Soviet Union was able to get the nuclear technology from the U.S. Right? Because, like I said, see espionage, right? Like these people, you find the right person, you give them the right, the right lever, they will give you documents, right? And that's what they did. And then they was able to get nuclear secrets. So then the Soviet Union was able to build nuclear bombs. Then they didn't like each other. Then they started pointing nuclear weapons at each other in order to tell, like, hey, you do anything, I will blow your shit. And then they'd be like, well, if you do that, I'm gonna blow your shit too. And we both just gonna have to like kind of deal with the fallout. And it was like that the whole time, right?
Up to 600 on each gun crew, 64 gun crews. My uncle said, if we bomb them and kill all those Russians, isn't Khrushchev going to have to come to Berlin? And they said to him, we don't think he has the guts to do that. My uncle said, I'm not going to take that risk. He asked them for the aerial photos, and he examined them himself. He went granular, and then the last day, after the 13th day, this is the 13th most dangerous days in history. There are many times during that period that many of those people believe that they may wake up dead the next morning because a nuclear exchange would wipe out the East Coast. The last day, my uncle took a vote.
Oh my God. I'm just remembering too, bro. Well, I don't know how much you know about it, but bro, the Cold War era, that shit was crazy. Like when you actually, if you pull up the information behind it about about what was going on and like during the Cold War, like all of the different mistakes and stuff that happened, like bro, like we've accidentally dropped nukes. Like I think it was like North Carolina, and the only reason why it didn't go off was because of like some like little electrical arm switch that didn't actually engage when it fell out of the aircraft. We've accidentally put in training simulation tapes inside of the database. I'm actually done about the Cold War. Okay, so I want you to think this, right? So after World War II, through espionage, Soviet Union was able to get the nuclear technology from the U.S. Right? Because, like I said, see espionage, right? Like these people, you find the right person, you give them the right, the right lever, they will give you documents, right? And that's what they did. And then they was able to get nuclear secrets. So then the Soviet Union was able to build nuclear bombs. Then they didn't like each other. Then they started pointing nuclear weapons at each other in order to tell, like, hey, you do anything, I will blow your shit. And then they'd be like, well, if you do that, I'm gonna blow your shit too. And we both just gonna have to like kind of deal with the fallout. And it was like that the whole time, right? Then what happens, right, is that every so often there'd be like some weird, crazy mistake or issue that would happen, right, that would have brought us extraordinarily close to nuclear weapons being passed off between each other, right, or a nuclear accident within a whatever country, like. Like that summary cracks you up. But like that's I mean that's just really it. That's just it in a nutshell. That is literally what it is. They stole the information, was able to build nukes, and then they just sat there and kept on like just swinging their shit at each other. Like I dare you come up over. I dare, like I double dog dare you. That stuff, man. And it was just like at that time, bro. Like it was. I wouldn't. This would be the only time I'd believe in aliens. If there was like somehow there was alien intervention that kept some of this shit from like popping off. Because some of the shit that happened by mistake during that time is crazy if you pulled it up, right? We accidentally dropped a nuclear bomb and a nuclear bomb, I believe, in North Carolina, right? Well, I was just saying earlier why it didn't. The only reason it didn't go off was just because of the little arm switch thing that could have easily had malfunctioned, right? We sat there and there's a monitoring system, right, that would sit there and would like light up like crazy with a bunch of dots if like because it can detect missiles in the air. Just think of like a missile defense detection system, right? There was a training video. Russia is a fake enemy, I believe that 100%. Probably the shit going on with the Ukraine, they were at the very least what they're trying to say about the US, like paper tiger. Like Russia was definitely proven to be quite a paper tiger after the failed invasion of Ukraine. But like there was a defense, there was like some type of identification system where somebody accidentally put in a training, like some training data, right, that they didn't know, that everybody that was there didn't know about, right? And then all of a sudden the system showed that there were like, I think like 50 nuclear missiles were launched from Russia or from the Soviet Union at the time that were on their way, right? It came up on the system, bro. And the immediate response is typically you're supposed to, like, if somebody shoot at you, you're supposed to shoot at back, right? Right? But luckily somebody had to like be like, hold on, don't think this is right. let's actually double check this. Like what else was it? There was some crazy shit. I think was it Japan or somewhere where like there was like some mistaken command that was given to shoot a single nuclear missile. Like a commander received an actual order to shoot a nuclear missile in Russia. One single nuclear missile. So that's what peeped them off. It was like, hold on, this can't be right. But like I'm just like there were so many different things that all seemed that all like if you was in that era and you found that out, you would have been bombastic about the whole situation, right? Because everybody like it's like a standoff, right? If you think of like the famous Mexican, well, not the Mexican, because everybody's the Mexican standoff where like they gotta you draw who was the fastest one is the one that actually win. Just imagine a situation like that, and then like all of a sudden like this is all kinds of other shit around you happening, right? That might make you think that the other person is about to shoot. So then you just go ahead like it's my life or theirs, and then you shoot. Like that was the whole situation for the Cold War. The Cold War was something wild behind the scenes. Publicly, there wasn't. I think the only most public thing that happened was like the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's probably where like they put missiles over there in Cuba. But outside of that, a lot of the other stuff they kept on the wraps. They did their best to try to like not let that stuff spread around. But it was crazy. The Cold War stuff was just crazy. Oh my God.
And he already knew what he was going to do, the embargo. He said,